standing here in the Truncated Tower. Now, this tower would have been much higher centuries before, but for some reason, over the centuries, it was cut down shorter. And what I'm looking at is not only the outer walls of the Great Hall, but a short tower over the one of the main doors. And believe it or not, we actually have holes for pouring boiling oil down on any invaders that try to be breaking down one of our main doors. And inside, we also have a delivery system that's on a pivot, a swing, with a copper kettle to put the boiling oil in and then dump it down on the invaders. So we tried to think of everything. Next to the shorter tower, where we have the holes for the burning oil, we have the North Tower, and that's about 60 feet high. And that probably would have been the last refuge for defense against any invaders. That's the tallest tower in the castle, and even taller than the South Tower, which would also be a defensive point. And what we're looking at down here is Nash's old vineyard, which I replanted back in '94 and '95. And just below us, there's the moat around the castle. And where we are is between Mount St. Helena, which is a 4,000-foot mountain named after a Russian princess to the northeast of us, and the Mayacamas Mountains to the west of us. We are in what's called the Diamond Mountain District. The best grapes in the Napa Valley, not always, but usually come from hillside vineyards. Why? Hillside vineyards have a paucity of topsoil. Here we have less than 1 foot of topsoil because over the centuries, the topsoil basically is washed down into the valley, so the soil is much richer, much deeper there. And in addition to that, we want the vines to struggle. And the way we get them to struggle is we severely prune them in the spring, and so that the vine concentrates all its energy into just a few grape clusters to produce aromatic, very flavorful wines. And then July, August, we further thin the grapevines. So we take the few clusters that remain and lop some of them off. And it's sad to see, because after all the work we've done, then they're on the ground. We no longer use those clusters. And again, we want the vine to concentrate and ripen up to the best potential possibly of the remaining clusters on the vine, so they can produce great wines. On the valley floor, with the richer, deeper soils, you usually get 5 to 6 tons. Up here in the hills, we get 3 to 4 tons, sometimes even 2.5 tons. But in general, the quality is better. Here at Castello di Amorosa, we have 171 acres, and we have about 30 acres of vines. We have some traditional Italian varieties, and we also have some French varieties as well. The microclimate here, we're on the same latitude as Palermo in Sicily, in southern Italy. And in Sicily, they get warm days, hot days really, and warm nights. But there's a difference, even though we're on the same latitude. Here, the average temperature during the day is about 87 degrees, but it cools off in the evening. The cool Japanese cold stream from the ocean comes in at night, and we can have even a 40 or 45 degree difference between daytime and nighttime temperatures. Thank God, because otherwise it would just simply be too hot for great quality wines. As you go further inland, you only have to go 15, 20 miles to the east. It becomes too hot for great quality wines. So fortunately, because of the cold stream coming in off the ocean, the average temperature is perfect for great wines, and the paucity of soil, that combination render a perfect environment to produce great wines.